Alright, first off, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth, the sisters, the believers, the helps, shalom. This is the brother Iron from ahchyam Jamaica camp, and just want to do a quick lesson upon anger, basically at class that the brothers was breaking bread in regards to anger, and only advice that I could give to brothers at this time, hey, whenever you're feeling yourself getting upset, just, hey, take a breath. You need to take a breather, take a deep breath, and just give yourself, some time to cool down. And the reason why I say this is that, hey, usually, especially when it comes on to anger, right? Well, with almost any emotion, when you react to something, usually your first reaction is not the most sober one. It's not the most sober one. It's not the most mentally clear one, right? Because emotions can cloud your judgment, and anger is one of those emotions, right? Now this is Ecclesiastes 7, starting at verse 9. It says, "Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools." Right? So the reason why I say take a breather is that you don't want to be hasty to be angry, right? Because why it says that anger resteth in the bosom of fool? Because when you lose, when you basically get angry, you lose sight of everything, right? You basically lose your mental faculties. So what I want to be, either you're going to do something you never want to do, or you're going to end up say something you don't want to say. Or if you just take a deep breath, reassess the situation with a calm mind, or with a clearer head, right? You temper the anger. So, hey, and like when you take a deep breath, you're not go angry no more, but at least you can look at the situation more objectively, and if necessary, you display the correct measure of anger if you need to, or if it's not needed, then you don't show it any at all. Or if it is a situation you call for a poker face, the whole end of it is going to be that you're going to make the final decision with a clearer thought, right? Even if you were going to do the same thing that your first reaction was, because in time, sometimes your first reaction is right, but just in 9 times out of 10, it's usually the worst or the wrong decision or the most ineffective, right? So just saying, even if it was a case that you were going to do the same thing that you were planning to do initially, at least you got a chance to think it through and actually have a clearer mind, right? And once you take it in, you go and filter it through the scripture, and peradventure you have ahchyam Yahushai give you the spirit to make a spiritual decision, right? Next precept. Oh, Salakia. Next precept is going to be in Matthew, right? Knowing that we in Esau wicked society, and we basically making ourselves as a prey. And one of the men of the Lord, one of the main time when you're going to get angry is when you're in a situation where you're in the right, or but you just have to give up the right when you have to go defraud yourself, or the what especially in this world, or is a case where, like, you know as I say, you're right, but you can have your right and basically throw it away. Basically, you can have your right and end up getting left, right? Because what you because your anger, you give up your right, because you never patient and wait, and you have ahchyam Yahushai if you deliver you out of a situation, right? If you give you a clearer thought, or if you just deal with the situation overall, even without you intervening, you make it you make it worse, right? Examples, Yahushai and Pilate, right? You have Yahushai and you have the King David, Salakia, and the Benjamin that was stoning him, right? When him say, "Yo, if for the most I want this man to curse me or stone me so that I can call upon him," then what the problem, Um, Paul, the prophet says many examples with the prophets and our forefathers were in a sticky situation and take the law. Even Abraham, right, in Egypt with is it Abraham or Isaac? I think it was Isaac, where basically they were stopping the wells and him move and him go dig a next well and him block up down and him move and give a next well. And I say, look, when the king of Egypt come and say, look here, brothers, do this, cause we make a pact so we don't come fight with. And basically say, look here, I wanna come and have trouble we, and like say we want the trouble or anything, but I mean they had grounds to fight. And I guess that is why the king of Egypt even come to them and say, yo, let not be there be any war among us. So I would say, yo, you can hit in the right, and bar because you feel like you're in the right and decide to you go defend your right or defend your ego, you get yourself in a problem through your hunger where you end up, let's say for example you're on your job and your boss basically say something, you lose it, you slap your boss, hey, you lose your job, or probably even get jail or lock up or something. Or you say something when you're not supposed to say, or if you just take the low seat, and go through and just leave it to you how ahchyam or shy, then you wouldn't get fired, they wouldn't set you up for you get fired, or anyway it play out, right? Just using job as a main situation, that is something that basically a personal thing that I was going through recently. Not that I got fired, but it could play out anyway, right? Or it could be any other situation, get stopped by the police, or and even with niggas, right? Even with niggas, right? A nigga ever say I'm gonna try to rob you, what else? A nigga bumping at you when basically them clear, road rage, cut you off on the road, all them things, right? This is Matthew 10, verse 16. It says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Right? So that is the thing. We have to be wise, we have to be cunning, but at the same time, we're supposed to be harmless. And also, not saying that brothers should just roll over and die, because, you have time when, you need to get into action and you can use your anger as a tool, right? But as we say, you at least temper it with with a clear thought, where if you need to act with anger in its right perspective, you can do so, right? Next scripture, right? Final scripture, because as we say, you need to have sober thoughts. All right. This is First Peter 5 verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Right? So at the same time, Satan will go about trying to get people to piss you off, so you can act out a character. So you can act out of that anger, so you can act as a fool. So that a part of you being sober, right? It says, whom resist steadfast in faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. So at the end of the day, you have to understand, say, look, you have ahchyam or shy, understand we are going to have brothers, we are going through the same thing. Part of it is affliction, as we say, whether it won't be you giving up your right. It says, but the God of grace, the God of all grace, who had called us unto his eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahushai, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. To him be glory, dominion forever and ever. Amen. So basically, I have to always remember in all situations to just as King David is to call on the Most High. Take a deep breath, beg the Most High the Spirit for deal with the situation righteously and accordingly, and get that clear and sober mind, so that the right action or the righteous action can proceed forth. So that that are part of you resisting the devil. You keeping the faith. You praying to your ahchyam. You taking that breath. You taking that time to just think it through. Is how you basically think sober, and that is how you being vigilant, because your mind not cloudy. You're not acting out of anger. So hope this was edifying. Once again, want to say all praises to Yahweh ahchyam Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth, the sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom.